I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like Skirk is literally an emotional roller coaster. There is so much news coming out about her. Every single day it feels like we get a new update. Because today we've just found out, sadly, that she has actually just been nerfed. And yeah, this isn't like a small nerf, this is fairly big. Maybe MiHoYo realized they made her too powerful and they want to power creep other characters in 6.0. I'm not too sure. Either way, we're going to get into it together. If you would like to save 30% on Genesis crystals, then click the top link in the description. These are the cheapest Genesis crystals on the market right now. All you have to do is put your Genshin UID in, your server that you play on, then put in code NIXO for an additional 8% off. Everything's already 23% off, but when you use code NIXO, it goes to 30% off. Then when you purchase, it gets sent instantly to your account. If you would like to join the 16,000 Primogem giveaway that I host every single month for completely free, click the second link in the description. Okay, so first of all, we're going to touch on Skirk's elemental burst that has actually been nerfed. Now, this is very sad because I honestly thought that Skirk was kind of like set in stone. She wasn't going to be updated much more in the beta. So if for those that don't know, this is her version 3 of the beta. And version 2, well, we're going to compare the numbers. We have version 3 in the green and version 2 in the red. So for skill damage for her elemental burst or Q, it was set at 248%. And that was in the V2. And now in V3, it's 220. So that is a 28% decrease. It also notes times 5 at the end there. I believe that's because when Skirk does her burst, it does like a few consecutive attacks. A bit like Kashing, but also not at the same time. She does a few slashes and then there's a big bam. And that's where it says skill final attack damage, where, you know, we're going to get a big percent. So it was set at 414%. And now it's at 368. So that's close to 50%. That's 46%. Taken off the final slash of her burst. And then that's not just it, we have the Serpent Subtly bonus, and that goes from 29 to 34%, so that's actually buffed. So maybe they decided that the burst, like initial nuke damage, was a bit too high, and that they would make the Serpent Subtly bonus a bit higher attack per point. Maybe that's the case. If you want to hear my theory, I believe they did this because they realized they made Skirk a bit too overpowered. We knew that in V2 she was leveling with Mavuika, Arlecchino, Nuvolette, you know, obviously with the right and perfect team built. Still compared to Mavuika, Arlecchino and Nuvolette, also with the same perfect teams built. So she was leveling with the best characters in the game. Maybe MiHoYo thought, yeah, she doesn't really deserve this spot. We have her elemental skill, and while this hasn't been altered much or like basically at all, we're still going to go for it together. So the 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit and 5 hit are all the exact same damage multipliers. We also have the charge attack damage the same. Everything is basically the same apart from the cooldown time of her skill. So this has gone from 9 seconds to 8 seconds, and this is actually yet again another tiny buff. So instead of waiting 9 seconds after you have used her skill, you're gonna only be able to wait 8. So yeah, that's a pretty nice little update. It's not a massive buff, but still. So they are the updates for Skirk's latest bit of information that we've learned about her in the version 3 update of the beta, which is the 5.7 beta to be exact for you guys. Now we have a bit of updated news about the 5.7 banners. It is the updated 5.7 banner V3 edition. So we have Skirk and Emily in the phase 1. Then we have Mavuika and Shenhei in the phase 2. And then as you can see, the update actually lies within the 4 stars. So we have Dahlia and we have Yao Yao. So this is alright, I can't lie. I mean, if you're going for DPS, or maybe you just like Yao Yao, these two, in my eyes, aren't that great. I don't want to upset people, but Dahlia has also just been found to be really awful. So yeah, let me know, are you still firing on the 5.7 phase 1 or phase 2 banners? Please let me know. I'm definitely firing on Skirk. Maybe Mavuika could be nice. Okay, so now we're going to go through a beta tester's review on Dahlia. Now, I can't lie, this is going to be very upsetting for people that like Dahlia, or maybe wanted to pull for him, because Yeah, it is not good news. Okay, let's start. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with all the issues surrounding this character. Recent 4-star character skill designs have already been a mess, but Dahlia elevates it to a new level. Dahlia is a Hydro support character who offers a shield, has a resurrection effect, and provides an attack speed buff. Additionally, he is a Hydro unit, which is widely regarded as one of the best elements in Genshin. But when you combine all of those traits into one character, boom, perfect garbage. First, he's Hydro, but his ability to actually apply Hydro to enemies is abysmal. It's one of the worst parts of his kit. He has no reliable method for consistently applying Hydro. Additionally, one of his only standout features, the resurrection effect, is locked behind C6. Seriously? At least with 5-star characters there is a pity system, but getting a 4-star character to C6, that's a whole different level of pain in the ass. And I'm sure guys all know about it. Now let's talk about the shield. In theory, having a shield is beneficial. However, let's be honest, if your team requires a shield, are you going to go all the way to Dahlia? You'd just use Zhongli or a different, better, solid character. And as for the attack speed buff, think about it. Has there ever been a time in Genshin's meta game where increasing attack speed provided to be a game changer? The entire game's meta has always been resolved around strong elemental reactions and skill damage, not I can swing my sword faster. But I know where some people may be wondering if he works well with Skirk. Allow me to stop you right there. Don't even waste your time contemplating it. Use Xingqiu instead. That 25% attack speed isn't going to satisfy Skirk. She has high standards. I genuinely think Dahlia requires a complete skill redesign. It seems like the developers considered the resurrection effect was such a big deal that it was worth C6, but it's absolutely not. If they want him to have stronger synergy with Skirk, then he should also provide an attack bonus along with the speed buff. And if they are determined to avoid creating a Hydro Bennett, they should at least consider adding an EM buff or another enhancement. As it stands right now, his entire kit feels fundamentally flawed. People wanted the release of new Mondstadt characters in 5.7, not one character in 5.7. So yeah, that's the end of the transcript, and I'm really sorry to anyone that actually considered pulling for Dahlia. If you were going, just because they're a cool looking character and all of that stuff, then yeah, go ahead, by all means. But if you're going to be using this character, or you thought you were going to be using this character in a strong team comp, think again. Apparently, Dahlia is absolutely trash. Guys, click the bell next to my name, turn it on all. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you found most exciting in this video regarding the news and the information I provided you guys. If you would like to win 2 Welkin Moons, then make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and comment down something that you found interesting. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.